10 minutes, though it doesn't seem to be a very long time, but if you start spending 10 minutes for 10 days on something straight up, you'll see a very positive change in your life. Because as the quote says, it's very important for us to invest our time and not spend it. You want to learn how to do it? Stay tuned. Hi everybody, this is Dr. Samreen. I am an MBA and PhD in marketing in the UK, and right now I work as a full-time academic. And I'm making these videos to help you guys with the things which have really helped me immensely in my personal and professional life. Well, December is here and we all are talking about New Year's resolution, how we would like to change ourselves in the new year, and how really we would like to do things perhaps differently. But one thing we'll forget, that no matter if it's a new day, new week, new month, or even a new year, nothing changes unless we want to change ourselves. So it's better to start early in order to make those positive changes. Why wait for the new year? But if you really start thinking about that time, 10 minutes doesn't seem to be a very long time if, for example, you're scrolling your phone, watching something, talking to your friends, or something you really enjoy doing. On the other hand, if you're running late or there's something critical happening in your life, you definitely would look at those 10 minutes as the most important time in your life. Because the research suggests that if we start doing something for 10 days straight, we are very likely to incorporate that habit in our daily routine. Susie Walsh, the author of book 10 Minutes, 10 Months and 10 Years, wrote quite in detail about the importance of spending 10 minutes every day for 10 days to build a new habit. However, she talks about 10 minutes for 10 months and 10 years, but nowadays we are so kind of impatient and sometimes we struggle to see that far ahead. So what I am saying, I am suggesting let's look at our 10 minutes for 10 days, 10 weeks, and then 10 months. And let's see how our progress and how we go on about it. But before talking about this framework, let me just give you a very quick disclaimer. You can apply this rule in your personal life, with your friends, family, or you can also apply it to your professional life at your work, studies, or anything you do in your professional life. All right, the moment of truth. How this is going to really work? Well, it's simple as that. You just spend 10 minutes for 10 days straight on anything you like. It could be a habit you're trying to incorporate in your daily life but you're struggling to. It could be a new skill you want to learn. It could be just improving your life on a daily basis. It could be a hobby you're trying to take, or it could be a book you are trying to read, exercise you're trying to do. It could be any of those things. Of course, I can't sit here right now and suggest a habit for you unless you want me to, but just think about what is that one thing which you really want to include in your life but you're struggling to, and you'd also see a long-term benefit of that habit in your life. So let me give you my example here. I have quite a busy job, of course, like everybody else around us. And what I'm really trying to incorporate in my life is the habit of journaling, to write something in the morning. I have been doing that previously, but in the recent times, I just feel like I didn't have the time, or perhaps I didn't prioritize that as much in my daily routine. So what I really want to do, I want to spend 10 minutes on every day, first in the morning, because that works for me best, and write something, journal about my day-to-day life or anything which comes to my mind, right? That was my example. Now let's see how does that work. Now you can find many articles and many books on the importance of creating a good habit, how to be consistent, and how to really make those things valuable in our lives which you really want. So based on existing research, I have combined this information to make sure that we can get the most out of it. So these books which I have taken this information from is Atomic Habits by James Clear, BJ Fogg's Tiny Habit, Brian Jeffrey Fogg, and of course Mel Robbins' 5 Seconds Rule. The most important thing for me is about our identities. Now, the reason why I say that I could be biased because that has been my PhD research. I have studied what is identity, who are you and who am I, and the details of it. Of course, I'm not going to go into the complexities of it, but what I have realized that in order to create that habit in ourselves, it's so important for us to understand who we are, one, but also more importantly, what we want to become. Not for anybody else, but for ourselves. So if I am this person right now, today, what is my ideal self? Where do I see myself in the future? And that future, I'm not talking about, 10 years down the line. I'm just saying, let's say next week, what kind of changes would I like to bring in myself? And as I gave you my example earlier, that I would like to write every morning, like I want to incorporate journaling in my life. So the way I see myself, let's say in the future, is somebody who is well aware of my emotions, my environment. So for that, I want to see that how I can include that in my daily routine And that will be done through this 10 minutes writing exercise, which I'm going to start through this challenge. The next point is build the system and not focus too much on the goal. Many times what happens that we are too much focused on the goal. If one wants to lose the weight, they just want to lose the weight. They don't think about what are the steps they need to take, which is ultimately going to help you to lose them the weight. Or in my case, I need to see what kind of system do I need to put in place, which is definitely going to help me to reach my goals. My system would be that when I sleep the night before, I need to have that in my mind that what is that thing I'm going to do in the morning. And I need to have all the things around me. That could be my laptop, my iPad, or old school times, pen and paper. And my final tip is, the minute you feel that you have the motivation and or the energy to do something really good, which can create a very positive impact on your life, just go ahead and do it. Because what happens is that if you don't act upon that good thing, which perhaps is going to add value to your life, you might never get the motivation, the courage, or the energy. And as research suggests that, it's a 5-second window, and it's more likely that after those 5 seconds, you might not have the courage, the motivation, or even the energy to do that. So for example, when you're going to do this 10-minute activity every day, the minute you have in your mind that, okay, this is the time, these are going to be my 10 minutes, don't think twice, just go ahead and start doing it. And finally, accountability really helps. So for example, tell a friend of yours or family member that you're doing this, you're trying to incorporate this habit, you're trying to build this routine. So, can they check up on you? Now, I understand it's not always easy for us, we might not have any friends or family around us, or you can start journaling about it as well, just to make sure that you're recording what you're doing. And to make it more interesting, let's do it together. So I'm also going to start posting about my progress on my Instagram. You can find my Instagram somewhere here on the screen. And on that, I'm going to share how I'm progressing on my 10 minutes, 10-day challenge. You can keep an eye on my progress and don't forget to share your progress in the comment section here. Or you can tag me on Instagram with the hashtag 10 minutes, 10 days challenge Samreen, and let's see how we progress on it. All right, what are you waiting for? Let's do it together. Well, I'm really looking forward to see your progress and of course mine as well in the next 10 days. Let's see if you're able to incorporate this new habit in your lives or not. Well, I really hope we do. On that note, take really good care of yourself and I'll see you on Instagram. Bye.